Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you two examples of multiple linear regression models. The first example is GPA 1 data from your book. And what we are trying to do is we want to explain what determines success in college as shown by college GPA. So college GPA, it's our dependent variable. And we have two variables that we may be interested in. The first one is the achievement test score, ACT score. That may be an indicator of how well somebody will perform in college. So we assume that the better the ACT score, the higher will be college GPA. So we assume that the beta coefficient associated with the ACT will be positive. Similarly, high school GPA may also have a positive impact on your college GPA, because this high school GPA, it captures many personality attributes and the amount of effort that you put in your work. The higher the high school GPA means you are a good student and you will perform better in college, which means your college GPA will be higher as well. So we started with hypothesis. So I'm gonna extract this data from the Woolrich package, and I'm gonna assign this y variable to college GPA, that is our dependent variable. We can look at our y variable here, which is the college GPA of 141 students. Similarly, I'm gonna call x1, just one variable, ACT, and we will try to explain college GPA just by somebody's ACT score. X is our dependent variable. I'm going to start with the simple linear regression model case. I'm going to regress this, and then we're going to look at these two coefficients. The intercept shows you that if somebody has ACT score of 0, their college GPA will be equal to 2.40 points, which is meaningless because nobody enters into college without an ACT score. So this intercept, as I talked about this earlier, in some cases it doesn't make any sense, so we can ignore this. Probably the most important part is this X, or this ACT slope coefficient, which is showing us the impact of ACT on college GPA. So we see that as we assumed, ACT has a positive impact on college GPA. The higher the ACT score, the higher will be your college GPA, right? So that was the simple linear regression case. We are not controlling for many other factors here, and those are captured by the U term or the error term that I described earlier. So why not include other variables in the model as well? I'm going to extend this model by including two variables on the right hand side. The first is ACT as earlier, the other is the high school GPA, right? Because high school GPA, it is very important in determining the success of a student. So why not include that one in the model as well? We're going to regress this, and let's compare these two results. Again, the intercept, it doesn't make any sense, it's meaningless, so we are probably going to ignore this. The first thing to note here is that the impact of ACT score in the simple linear regression model case, it is 3 times as much as in the multiple linear regression model. So multiple linear regression model, it is showing us 1/3 of the impact of SLRC, 1/3 of the impact of single linear regression model, because of the correlation between these variables, as we will see in the future. Okay, so look at this high school GPA parameter. It's 0.45, which shows that holding ACT fixed, another point on HC GPA. So what is the interpretation of this coefficient? Again, the interpretation is holding ACT fixed, another point on high school GPA is associated with 0.45, 3 point of a increase in the college GPA. In other words, if we choose two students, A and B, and they have exactly same ACT score, but their high school GPA differ by 1 point, we expect that the student with a higher high school GPA will perform 0.45 points higher in college. That is, that student's college GPA will be larger by this coefficient. So this is the interpretation of this beta 1 or slope coefficient for high school GPA. Similarly, we can also interpret ACT coefficient in the same manner. That is, if we find two identical students with the same high school GPA, but one student has higher ACT score, that student's college GPA will be this much higher than the other student with a lower ACT score. So that is the interpretation of holding all other factors constant. So again, the first parameter shows the impact on college GPA of high school GPA holding ACT constant. And this parameter shows the impact of ACT on college GPA holding high school GPA constant. That is holding all other factors constant. So this is how you interpret these beta coefficients. And obviously, you can extend the number of explanatory variables on the right hand side as well. Another thing to note here is that the R squared in the case of a simple linear regression model, that is, when we included only ACT in the model, was 0.04. That is, ACT explains only 4% of the variation in the college GPA. On the other hand, high school GPA and ACT together, they explain 17% of the variation in college GPA. So our model is much better with both of these variables rather than ACT alone. So in the next video, I'm gonna include more than two variables on the wage equation that I showed you earlier. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.